All right, welcome back to our continuing coverage here on HTV of the rain that continues to fall in and around the HTV viewing area. And as you can tell by the video that we have been bringing you from different camera perspectives, we are at an alarm state, not at a catastrophic state, but we're definitely at an alarm state because we want to make sure the pump stations are keeping up with the amount of rain. Let's go to the radar as we can show you now and try to show you that it seems like at least here at HTV the rain has intensified a little bit, so it's a training effect, folks. It's gonna stop, go, stop, go, stop, go, and hopefully in those lulls or those intervals in between the bigger storms, we're gonna get a chance to, to keep up with it, and we'll try to keep you on that broader radar also while we take phone calls so that you can see some of the things. And I'm also not being rude, I'm working my cell phone trying to keep up with some of the reports as we get it. So definitely we're trying to stay on top of it. We have cameras on the different areas, and we'll try to get you as much as we can. 879-1231, and there you see the rain, the blob of rain that is right now. Homa's under a darker green area, so it means we have a little more rain falling. When you get to the lighter greens, less rain. Yellows and the reds means you're getting hit pretty good. So 879-1231, tell us your area and what you're experiencing. And once again, we are having reports from Terrebonne Parish officials and Lafourche Parish officials that the flooding is minimal at this stage. Their major concern is that the pump stations will be able to keep up with the waters that are falling from the heavens today in all those areas. And you just heard some eyewitness reports on Tunnel Boulevard that water has inundated the street, but not the businesses. So to those watching that will be getting in their vehicles in short order, please refrain from moving quickly in those areas. And I'm also going to get some more video rolled in from that Tunnel Boulevard area so that you can see what we're talking about as far as street flooding. But street flooding is okay, providing it does not get into your home or your business. And if you've got to take flooding, you want to take the street flooding. So there you have it. Let me take some phone calls while we get some of that video rolling. HTV, welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I have a question.
All
My
right.
daughter is at the ball right now in Houma.
Okay.
She's going to be working her way back to Thibodeau on the 2-lane, coming like passing through Gray and Shriever to
Yes.
get back. Do they have a lot of flooding in that area? Would she run into any problems getting back?
I think she should be okay there. She's, the mall's the problematic area, but once she gets past that, which is in short order, all she does is just take a right, get on the couplet, then she should be pretty good all the way through. And if there are any problematic areas, state police will put up just caution blocks to slow people down so they can see the oncoming water. But from what we have heard at this point, nothing of the sort has been done yet. I'll keep you posted on the air if it does, but I think she has a pretty straight shot at this point.
Okay, thank you.
When did she get off?
She's going to be coming back in about another hour or so.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's just speculation on my part because we don't know how much rain's going to fall, after I hang up the phone with you. But at this point, I have not heard of any, and I'll ask Jason while I have you on the phone. Jason, any new roadblock information that's come across? All right, we're going to have Brian Zarang on the phone with state police in short order. So if you listen very carefully, he will be able to give you the up-to-date minute information when I get him on the phone.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so we are going to be having Brian Zarang on the phone. He's the public information officer for the State Police Troop C, and he will be able to tell us on state highways what the change is, if any. So we'll try to do it. Let's roll in some video, Jay, if we can, of that Tunnel Boulevard area too, that I think that was Chris Carter who captured that particular footage. So we'll get that rolled in for you. And we're going to keep going back and forth between the radar and the videos. And we're probably in short order going to have some Margaret Street footage, Barrow, Greenwich area, downtown Houma, for that matter, to see what the streets are doing over there. So any luck with Troop C at this point, Jason? Oh, okay, so he's working on that for us right now. If you just joined us, we've been around the horn with some of the parish officials in Lafourche and Terrebonne Parish, and we've got a lot of rain that's been coming down. There's just no other way to say it. A bunch of rain has fallen in a matter of a short period of time, and there you can see Tunnel Boulevard. This is closer to Vanderbilt Catholic High School. Matter of fact, it's right adjacent to Vanderbilt Catholic High School. Some of those, I'm not sure if they're living care homes or across the street. No reports of water in it, but you can see the cars continuing to sort of, when you're on the high side, you can move, but when they come to the low side and they barrel through, that wake goes until it stops, puts the water in motion. It's just like a boat. So please, people, please slow down and be vigilant. You can see this white car right here going too fast. Water shooting up as high as the car. So we do have Brian Zarang with the State Police Troop C. Trooper Zarang, how are you today?
I'm doing fine, Martin. Yourself?
Good, good. We're just trying to keep the public informed. I know y'all are out there working as usual. Anything to bring to the public that they would need to know as far as the main arteries?
Well, I noticed on West Main, across from the mall, around the pizza place with West Main Pizza,
right.
Just before you get to 3040, there's some water on the inside lane, or the outside lane, I should say, the right lane.
Right.
That's starting to come up. So you're going to have areas that are low like that. Even in general, from the weight of the traffic that we got, passing on our highways, you're going to have the little areas that's going to kind of build up like a little gully. So people just need to slow down and reduce that speed and drive, according to conditions, and give yourself that extra time for travel and also the extra time when you follow another vehicle.
Now let me ask you this, Brian. A lady just called from Thibodeau, very concerned. Her daughter was leaving the mall and was going to drive to Thibodeau. As far as the couplet all the way to Thibodeau, any concerns that you might have?
No, just everything's open. The main thing is just slow down. I mean, you're going to have water on on the roadways, and we just need to be mindful of other traffic and not knowing what other people's intentions are, because you still have people that are not paying attention when they're driving, unfortunately. So we just want to give ourselves that extra time. But she's going to be safe if she drives and maintains the speed to drive for the conditions that are prevailing as we speak. She shouldn't have any problems at all.
Now, we have somebody that's actually on TV doing it right here, just wading through the water in their car, not creating a wake. But that's got to drive you crazy as a trooper when you see somebody barreling through water and it's 2 or 3 inches away from a business, and then they put the water in the business.
Absolutely. And not only in the businesses, when you got them driving through the subdivisions and doing the same thing near some of the homes. Right. Because around the West Bank and New Orleans, there's some areas that's of concern right now because of the water there. And that's some of the things they're concerned with, some of the homes, and, making sure that they, people slow down. And it's courtesy. I mean, you just want to slow down and realize you want to just take your time going through that water so that you don't make a wake. Because, I mean, you're going to do a lot of damage if that water gets inside some of these people's homes or businesses.
Yeah. What's the long term? I know y'all keeping up on it, Brian, at Troop C. What do you think the road conditions are? Are you optimistic that the laws are going to allow these pumps to keep a lot of the water off of the streets?
I think so, and a lot of it has to do with people doing their part too. Near their homes and stuff, keeping the drainages clean, and just kind of monitor the drainage areas around their homes and stuff so that the water can flow off. Because trash does build up over time. When you got people cutting grass, sometimes they'll clog up some of the drains. So all of that in part, besides the pumps, as long as they maintain, clean yardage and keep the drains clean, there shouldn't be any problems at all.
Another thing that's in our favor is the intracoastal, and it's not like we have a strong southern storm pushing in and keeping the water tight. This water does have a place to drain, doesn't it?
Right, that's correct. And the good thing about it is we had that dry drought or that dry weather for so long. So that did play a role in helping us also. So I think if we wouldn't have that, wouldn't have rain like, we would normally have under the, normal conditions, I think we'd see more flooding than we see right now.
Well, Brian, we appreciate it as always. You joining us. If anything changes or any arteries become problematic, please give us a holler and we'll bring it to the public.
And also, Martin, they can go to the website, state police website, for any road closures and what have you. And they'll have got an icon on the website that'll keep them updated. And we keep that, anything that changes, we make changes to the website also.
And I'll get Carly over here to link to that website, and that way they can get directly to it.
Well, that'll work. If you need anything from me, give me a call.
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks again. All right, bye-bye.
Once again, Brian Zarang, State Police, does a great job with the state troopers of keeping these roads working, along with all law enforcement. We want to thank them for what they're doing. I want to thank the public officials who are out there on the pumps. I mean, all the employees of the parishes that are, this is the time when our tax dollars are at their peak. This is when we rely on them. And trust me, if you have not seen workers in these situations or in hurricanes or whatever, until you're out there with them, it's hard to criticize because it's a frantic mode and you got to keep that ball rolling, and they're trying to do it. So let's work with them. Let's go back to the phone lines if we can and talk to you, the public. HTV, welcome to the program. Where are you calling from? Hello. You're on. Go ahead. HTV,
okay.
You're on the air.
Could you give me any information about the oil spill from Libertyville to Napoleonville?
The oil spill. I've not heard about an oil spill. But I can get Jason Serenier to contact somebody and patch me through, but I have not heard. What have you heard? But make sure it's factual information that you're giving me.
Okay, well, I heard that they were closing the roads from Napoleonville to Libertyville.
Sure it's not because of the water, or is it because of oil?
No, they said a oil spill.
Okay, we'll check with the sheriff of Assumption, and we'll see if there's any pertinence to that, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll get Jason Serenier to get Sheriff Waggis back on the phone as I take another call. HTV, welcome to the program. You're on. Go ahead, please. Yes.
Hello?
Yes, you're on. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I'm calling on Columbus Street at the beginning of Columbus. We've called the police station several times. The cars are steadily passing through here fast. They don't have the road blocked off. The water is coming into our homes. We're standing outside begging them to please slow down or either not even come this way because they're pushing the water into our homes. So we're trying to find out exactly what is it that we can do about this here because it's steady raining and the water is steady rising.
Well, here's what I would, if I were you, and I know that Columbus Street area because we've covered it many, many times, and I feel your pain because, I don't know what else to, it's a no-brainer for people who are driving down that street to slow down. How much, now give me a very factual number here because I'm really trying. How much water is in the homes?
Well, my house it sits pretty high, Mr. Folse, but the water is all under my garage, and it's on the second step right now. Another car just passed here, and it just pushed some more into the house.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's covering the tires. If they're in an SUV, it's covering their tires, so they should know. That it's flooded in this area, they shouldn't even come this way. Right.
Well, I agree, but sometimes it baffles me how people think,
yes,
and they don't listen. But if what I will do, and I know that the parish is listening, I know that the police are staying monitored to HTV. I promise you, in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes, there will be a unit on Columbus Street because they're sort of monitoring with us. They're taking calls, but let's see what we can do to help you get a car out there in the front of Columbus Street and maybe slow these vehicles down for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mr. Folse.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye. And I'm going to get Jason Serenier. Jason, have we, who do we have? I see 100 lines lit. Any public officials on that I need to grab? Who's that? Who's that, Jason? Oh, we got Joey Seahandle. We have Joey Seahan, a local councilman from Terrebonne Parish, on the phone. How you doing, Joey?
Hey, Martin, how you doing today?
Good. Give me an update on your area.
Okay, I'm just leaving the corner of Troy and Tara Street over here on the east side of Houma.
Yes.
We did have some high water earlier in the street and the Boudreaux ditch. It's all going down tremendously. But, Martin, you know, one of the things we preach on the council is about grass clippings. I've been cleaning storm drains for half an hour.
Yep.
Grass clippings. I mean, come on, people. This is the exact scenario we were talking about happening, and it did.
Yep.
Thank God nobody got any water in their houses, but these drains, you're capable to drain, and they clogged up with grass clippings.
Yep. And you know, I've always preached that if you know if a big rain's coming, wait to cut your grass. you won't have the grass clippings there. I know your grass will be a little long, but you know, I don't ever cut my grass right before a hurricane because it hampers the whole system, you know.
Right.
But how do you think? How many? I know last time they had a 4-inch rain in a tight period of time, your area really struggled because of that reason. But you seem to be in a pretty good spirit that it's keeping up.
Yeah, I was over at the pump station. All 3 pumps are running, and the electric pump. We utilized the new Industrial Boulevard levee system. We closed those gates that they installed.
How did that work?
It's working great.
That's good.
It's working great.
That's good.
You know, and it's a trial and error deal for us on those gates. But I got with Greg Bush and Perry and Jimmy this morning, and they made the call to close them. And I think it did a good job. So the system was designed to work that way, and it looks like it's working.
But all in all, you've seen this scenario before, Joey. It seems like this time around they had a lot more eyes on the system to make sure that things are working properly. Am I right or wrong on that?
You're absolutely correct. It's everybody's out, manning their stations, if you will. The pump attendants are at their stations, making sure that everything, you know, if there is a problem, they can call in a mechanic or electrician need be. So that's all working great. I'm heading to Roberta Grove right now. I haven't got any calls from Roberta Grove, but I'm going to check it out.
All right. Well, keep us posted, Joe, because you've had some diligent work in the past in that area, and I know grass clippings have been a big thing in your area. But keep us posted and let us know if anything changes so we can reach the public.
I sure will. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you so much. All right. Let me get back to Jason Serenia. Jay, any public officials, or are we back to the public lines? All right, Jay, if you could lower the volume just a little bit for me, I'd appreciate that. Thank you. HTV, welcome to Bayou Time. Go ahead, please.
Hi, my name is Miss Tamara Seymour, and I'm calling from the Oakshire subdivision in Houma.
How are you today?
Yes, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm calling because this bayou behind my house is starting to overflood, and each time that it rains like this, the pumps are never turned on.
Okay. Now, let me just tell you, from talk, and I'll get Greg Bush on the line again, but can you actually see the pump?
No, sir. I'm away from the pumps, but I can actually see the bayou that's right behind my house that connects to St. Louis Canal.
Right.
And it's about almost on the road right now.
All right, let me just say this. I spoke to both the parish president and the public works director, who assured me that there is a person at every pump. So what may be happening is just because you see the water rising behind you doesn't mean the pump's not working. It just means it's trying to keep up. So the water is it's coming. So when the water's starting to settle in on the areas where the pump stations, let me put it to you like this. Pump stations are notoriously placed where they have the most value, and that's where the water gathers, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So the water is gathering, so the water is going to rise before it can be pumped out. You follow me?
As you say that, I'm looking right now down the street because I know where the pump station is at down Vicari Street.
Okay.
There's no Terrebonne Parish vehicles here that do the pumping station down here.
Okay.
I can see from my house.
All right, I will check on Vaccaro Street for you as soon as I have a public official back on. And I can only speculate because my eyes aren't there, but I'll get somebody who can answer that
Yes.
question and make sure we get the right answer.
I surely appreciate it.
All righty?
Thank you very much, Martin.
Good luck.
Bye-bye.
HTV, welcome to Bayou Time. Go ahead, please.
Hi. I
Hi.
was calling to see about St. Anne Street in LaFouche Parish to see if it's flooded.
That's right behind the hospital, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there are some reports of some homes that have some water in the house. I got that from Brennan Mathern this morning on St. Anne Street. The magnitude at this point, I do not have an answer for you, but there is some flooding on St. Anne Street. So that is the case, but from what he told me earlier, it was minimal flooding, and it wasn't, but how can I say that? If you got 1 inch of water or 6 inches of water in your house, it's still water, right?
Right.
So there is some flooding. I got to be factual and be the bearer of bad news, but to what magnitude, I don't know. Do you live on that street?
My son lives in that street.
Okay, so I don't know if he lives in the front part.
He lives in the back part.
Back part, okay. And notoriously, that back part is where some of the water gathers, right?
Yes.
All right, so I don't know, but let me see if we can get a report again from Brennan Mathern in short order. If you continue watching, we'll try to get it for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, why don't we do this? It's 12 noon right now. We're going to start gathering some more information here on Bayou Time. We'll take a break, and then I'll try to come back, get a couple of public officials on the phone, and give you an update on where we stand. And when we come back, I'll try to go around the horn and get as many public officials as I can and give you the factual information coming straight from their office. When we come back, don't go away.